Ever felt like you're standing in total darkness with no way out? That's the essence of the dark night of the soul, an intense but transformative experience that many face on the spiritual path. Imagine it like a solar eclipse of your inner world, moments when light seems completely blocked, leaving you to explore and confront your deepest shadows. But this darkness isn't about punishment or misfortune. It's actually an invitation to awaken your truest self. During this period, it might feel like every part of your life is crumbling. You may even think there's no way forward. But this collapse isn't a failure. It's an opportunity. The dark night pushes you to shed illusions you've built around your ego, showing you where you've been wearing masks or keeping up pretenses. When external validations, social expectations, and all the surface-level aspects fall away, you're left with the raw, real you. This journey of self-exploration is like peeling back layers of armor. You'll encounter pain, memories, and unresolved emotions that you might have been avoiding. But as each layer comes off, you'll find yourself reconnecting with an authentic version of yourself, with the power to release what no longer serves you. These moments of darkness guide you to find courage, confront your shadows, and begin healing. The experience forces you to look inward, to reevaluate, and to grow. Through this, you come to understand that every pain, every shadow, every false image is there to help you see what needs to be healed. It's a process of letting go and realizing that the illusions you've clung to, whether they're ideas of success, ideal relationships, or perfect lifestyles, are often rooted in inauthentic parts of ourselves. By confronting these parts, you're not only breaking down, you're breaking through. This journey isn't easy. The dark night of the soul isn't a time to escape or numb out, but a period to go deep within. Feel the full spectrum of your emotions and start seeing yourself as you truly are. As you walk through the darkness, you may feel vulnerable and raw, but these experiences are here to align you with the light of your higher self beyond the ego. So if you're experiencing a dark night of the soul, remember it's the universe guiding you back to your core, your truth. You're not alone, and this experience is your gateway to the dawn of a new, more authentic chapter. Embrace it, learn from it, and know that you're closer than ever to discovering the real you, the one who's been waiting for you all along. The dark night of the soul is a period of deep transformation that shakes the foundations of our ego and self-identity. It occurs when the beliefs that make up our self-concept are thoroughly challenged, leaving us in disarray. This process pushes us towards surrender, serving as a tool of the higher self to dismantle outdated patterns and elevate our consciousness. The ego, however, clings to any structure that maintains its security, which is why this passage is such a crisis. As our inner constructs begin to crumble, we are forced to let go of old versions of ourselves, allowing a higher level of awareness to emerge. During this profound shift, the psyche is in turmoil because the foundations it relies on to feel safe are eroded. Entering the void, the unknown, can be deeply unsettling for the ego, which thrives on certainty. Here we experience a breakdown of self-concepts, casting us into a state of confusion and introspection. Despite its discomfort, this stage is a powerful rite of passage often overlooked in modern society, which tends to celebrate external milestones over inner transformation. A common misconception is that we only experience one dark night of the soul. In reality, while our first encounter may be intense, we often face further dark nights as we deepen our spiritual journey. These experiences allow us to master surrender, making each passage less jarring and more insightful. In the beginning, we resist, clinging to old beliefs that keep us secure. But as we progress, the process becomes less about breaking down and more about shedding layers that no longer serve us. The ego, like a fragile shell, resists this upheaval, creating internal conflict as it tries to maintain its familiar boundaries. A dark night of the soul is a profound consolidation, revealing outdated beliefs and hypocrisies we may not have recognized. This process mirrors the initial stage of alchemy, called nigredo or calcination, where we are metaphorically reduced to ashes. The ego clings to identities and patterns, yet through this trial by fire, we are purified, preparing us for growth. Our depth of surrender in this void determines the strength of our transformation. This stage teaches us that growth is cyclical, with times of confidence followed by times of introspection. We gain a humbling flexibility and wisdom, making way for more mature beliefs. The dark night of the soul tests whether we're willing to let go of outdated perspectives, even as our ego may resist, fearing surrender. A truly profound awakening invites us to be open, embracing new possibilities and beliefs without attachment. Paradoxically, the ego often tricks itself into thinking it's reached the summit, dismissing the need for further transformation. When in the void, the ego may interpret this expansive process as depression or anxiety because it feels blocked and vulnerable. But in reality, this period of being stuck is our higher self helping us integrate, preparing us for greater resilience. As we move through this journey, our beliefs shift naturally, expanding our awareness and bandwidth for growth. With each dark night, we gain the capacity to embody more of our higher self, dissolving old structures that block our light. Our sincerity in surrendering determines the depth of this transformation, expanding our bandwidth, raising our frequency, and connecting us with our truest self. Namaste.